And welcome back to a very rainy Modsauce 2 on the FTOG server. Let's see, last few episodes we've been working on power, working on tech, got that test rack system all set up, working great. Got power started back up to our passive resources farm, and finally, and then got a blaze farm started because we need blaze rods to make ender storage, or to make our ender storage. One of the things I did do, and we will be upgrading this today, is that reservoir that we have underneath, feeding our soul sand farm. I hooked up an ender tank to it. Now I did not lock this because it's just water. I don't care. It's not that big a deal. It just doesn't produce water that fast. So if it becomes an issue, I'll lock it. But we're not going to be using it on this. I'll probably take this over to the big tower and hook it up to the obsidian farm, just so that goes a little bit faster. Or not faster, but just so a little more compact system. So for those of you who don't know about ender storage, I will show you with the ender chest that we are starting, or that we're going to be using today. Alright, so did a little work, rearranged things. This is also something we're looking at upgrading again today, because we're going to have some mana coming in. Got all of the hydrangeas set up. They're all feeding from this to this one spreader, which is feeding our central system here. And the way this is going to work is I'm going to try to do part of my mana generation in here, but then I need to make a lava tube system, or a lava system. And I got something cool planned for that. I want to make some floating platforms to kind of tie in with the whole Britannia feel for this tower. I think it's going to look pretty cool. I keep saying a lot. Why am I saying a lot? I don't know. Anyway, so there's and so yeah, anyways, that will be passive system for our generation and whatnot, our mana generation. We could set up some more. We'll probably end up setting up maybe some more advanced systems for mana generation. A lot of this is passive, or this is very passive. This, you don't have no maintenance on this whatsoever. The charcoal farm we're going to set up today, or the charcoal system we're going to set up today, is more maintenance, or not really maintenance, but it's more complex than just this. We have, if we run over to tree farm real quick, and this is one of the reasons why I haven't turned this off yet, is because we're going to be using charcoal on this. And as we can see, we have a bunch. We're full of great wood. The rest, all this great wood is getting trashed. Let's see, raw, we have about half a cache, a basic cache of raw rubber. Same thing with the wood. The wood's not good for anything. It's just in here. If we run into a problem where we need more charcoal, we will be feeding this into here and getting more charcoal as well, although we don't need to. Dark wood, we're full on. I think I got that. No, that's great wood. I got dark wood for something. I was actually kind of testing to see what all the MFR does. But we can set up some different tree farms too later on. We're getting to that spot where we've got a lot more access to tree farms. So full of saplings, 2 chests, or 2 caches full of wood. This is my actively used wood, and this is the one that feeds the smeltery that makes all the charcoal, and we are full on charcoal. So we're not really using it anymore. I think it's mostly tapped into, yep, it's tapped into our power system, so we're going to stay full all the time. I don't think I could switch the system around to where it's barely letting any power out of here, and it's mostly coming from here also. So there's another idea. but it runs great now. It runs beautifully. The one thing I have to say about the MFR tree farm is it does not handle great wood the best. It kind of randomly plants it wherever at times, and doesn't actually fill in these slots like it's supposed to be because the other ones are out here. It's kind of weird how that reacts with it, but it works just fine. The dark oak, it does just fine, and also the rubber wood, the rubber saplings, it works just fine. I have not tried the silverwood saplings in here. I'm kind of scared to. I think it would wreck a lot of stuff. If it does the same thing that it does here and plants it randomly and happens to plant one over here somewhere, or somewhere where it's going to go down one, it sounds like it's going to be a mess. But yeah, any of the biomes of plenty ones, this does not work on. I believe it's biomes. I don't think I have any of the saplings on me. Let's get rid of this while we're here. It's the first time I've seen this do this. There's no wood in here, but it's not despawning. Mowing the leaves, mowing the leaves. Trying to kill ourselves. Anyways, we'll finish cleaning that up later. Maybe it'll despawn for us. But yeah, we tried doing some different woods in there. Where are they at? Yeah, the biomes of plenty ones, the magic saplings, the dark saplings. It does not grow those in here. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I could do another tree farm down there with the rest of my guys, my golem guys that are doing silverwood. As you can see, it's active. So yeah, anyway, I have made a little bit of a magical biome down there, the magical trees. I was trying to do a small essence, or oh, what are they called? I'm babbling. I know I'm babbling. I was trying to do the ethereal essence, a small ethereal essence farm down there, which doesn't look like it's turning out to be much of anything. We can do a wisp setup later on, which we will be doing definitely. So anyways, so our goal for today is to get a few things online. I want to get another mana source online. I want to get more mana storage online. And I want to get started on the I can't think what it's called now. Making the runes, because the runes is what we need to make the Terror Steel, which is what we need to make the portal to Alfheim, which will get into the really good stuff. But yeah, there's been a few things. Excuse me. There's been a few things actually added to this. Let's see. It was in Baubles. No. Mystical items. They've added some stuff in here, like this Mana Weave, Manufactory, Halo, the Assembly Halo. No, the Assembly Halo is the same. The Obedience Stick. That one is kind of nice. I think the reason why they added that in because of the new behavior. If you don't have a spreader down and you're putting flowers down and then you put the spreader down, they don't automatically attach to the spreader. Whereas if you do it the other way around, you put your spreader down and then put your flowers down, they'll automatically sync to the spreader. So that obedience rod, what it does is if you click on a spreader with this, it'll automatically, any nearby flowers will automatically attach to that spreader. Now that could cause a little bit of issues, but in the long haul, that would be great. So we might end up making that. I don't know. It's pretty easy. The Mana Weave Cloth will probably get into. Rods all look the same, except for the Shifting Crust one. This is like the Thaumcraft Wand of Equal Change and the Resonant Exchanger. It changes out the different items. So that is something we're definitely going to be looking at getting into. I think it looks cool. A lot better than both of the other options. So we'll probably be getting into that, but these two rods are probably is what we are going to try to get to by the end of the day. So, and yeah, they added in a lumber axe style packs in this. So they've added quite a bit of stuff to this from what I've seen so far. So anyway, so let's get started. What do we need? First, we need to get some charcoal here. And I want to make this 6. Let's come over here and get something really quick. And I'll show you how this is going to work. Oh yeah, here they are. Now we're going to go down here, and I want to put this over here. And I think we are just going to put this, let's put it right here. Okay. And then we're going to color code these all black for charcoal. And then to keep safety, for safety's sakes, we're going to take our diamond and we're going to lock it. So it's the same thing. That's how you lock these. That's how you keep your stuff from getting stolen, people, out of these ender chests. Is you gotta lock them. And then, actually, 1 second, I gotta do something.
Channel switched.
Alright. Had to change a setting on something, guys, real quick. Anyway, so then we're gonna come over here to our charcoal farm. And we are actually going to set up to pull out of that charcoal. Let's see, which one's our charcoal? This one's our charcoal. So we're going to go in, out. Extract is going to be on, put it on black. Always active. So then if we take our chest here, sorry if this gets a little loud, guys. And we set this to black. And since we locked the other side, we have to lock this side. And we'll grab these. And we'll hook it into this system. Now this we're going to set to insert on black. Yep. So now we got all that stuff coming out. Now we need to look at a few other things before we get this system going. We have to get mana storage turned up a little bit. So we need to work on that. So we'll go and look into our mana manipulation. We want to make a mana distributor. And it's just simple, some living rock, some mana steel, and that's it. Now we're going to lose a little bit of mana here, what we got saved up here, but that's fine. We've got a lot more coming in. So, living rock, and a mana steel. Nope, I messed that up. How did I mess that up? Oh, it's 2 mana steel. Herpeter. Okay, so now we got that. Let's go ahead and knock that out, and we're going to put this distributor here. Now what this distributor is going to do is evenly spread out the mana into these 3 different pools. Now it will take longer to fill up these 3 pools, or these, it'll be 4 once this one gets emptied out. But you have the capacity to hold, you know, 4 times more than just that one, and then we'll have the one below that's holding extra also, that's collecting everything from our mana generation. And this will help a lot when we go to do the terror steel. So we could actually cover this up now. Let's cover this up. Alright, so next thing we need to do is we need to get flowers to make our is it this one? Okay, yeah. Is the endo flame. This is gonna burn our charcoal. So what we need to do is we need to get these made up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take a cut right here, right quick, and I'm gonna make these up. I'm probably gonna make about let's see, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See if I can get 21 of those made up, and we'll set up a nice little dropper system up here or downstairs and get everything running to where we can get going. So I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Got that other mana pool finished, draining out. As you guys can see, I've got 4 mana pools here worth of mana. And this thing's a beast. It's filling up really fast. It's constantly going, as you can see. Oh, let me pull off here. You can see it's constantly bursting mana, which is not a bad thing. We can definitely use that. So, but I want to get more generation going on, and this is just the start of our generation. We're going to do a lot more than just this too. So I want to find different ways of automating stuff and getting, you know, things set up to where we don't ever have to worry about mana. And I just love the details on these. These things look so cool. The little floating flowers. For being a pixel game, this is pretty detailed to me. So, yeah, you get better look at it here. You know, just the little textures underneath. It's kind of cool. All right, so what we are going to do is we are going to auto feed these. Now, if I take a piece of charcoal and throw it on here, it'll suck it up. And then it's got, there's a little particle, I bet you can see it. This one here, it's got that little red kind of glow to it. The little glow that comes off it, that means it's active. Now, the reason why I did so many of these is I want to be able to have an extra row just in case something happens to where something messes up and we don't just have charcoal laying all over the place, or anything else we decide to use for this, because we might switch to blazes, because we got that blaze rod farm going so downstairs, so those have a longer burn time than charcoal, I believe. So that's on the option of things to use. But what we are going to do is not that. Alright, so we're going to go off of the middle here. We're going to place this row here. Because I want to bring my droppers here. That's not where I wanted that. Dropper there. We're going to put all of our droppers there. Yeah, sorry, I don't have my ring on. I turned it off when I was testing this to make sure I had all the settings right, because some of the stuff I use can be a little finicky. Alright, so we got all that. Oh, I need the ring on for a minute. We'll put the ring on for now until we start the system up. There we go. Alright, so then we got all that. Now we're going to take our mana spreader and put her right here. And then we need our wand, our obedience wand, and I don't think I've scanned. Nope, I've not scanned the droppers yet. There we go. Alright, so now if we look at these are all attached to that spreader. If we go like that and like that, so it's pointing that way. Now, I made this floral obedience rod. Now, if we right click on this spreader, you can see the little shift right click, I'm sorry. You can see all the little particle effects come up to it. That means it binds all of them to that spreader. That's pretty cool. I like that. We're definitely going to hold on to this rod. The obedient stick. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is take this mana detector. And the mana detector... So I can get the recipe pull up. Okay, just a comparator, some stone, living stone, and some redstone. And what this does is every time that this mana spreader kicks mana out and passes through this block, it's going to emit a redstone signal. So that's the next part, is we're working off of redstone signal. Actually, we don't need that one there. Like that and like that. And then we need to go... Do I have that in the right spot? I do have that in the right spot. Okay. Then we'll go like so. And if I can remember how to do this here. We're going to use a couple different mods to do this. We're going to use we've got Minecraft going, we've got Botania going, and now we have Automagi going from Thaumcraft. And also from Automagi from Thaumcraft, we are going with this magic hourglass. And we're going to put this down. Now to use this hourglass, you're going to right click with your wand, and it gives you a GUI here. What we want to do is we want to, if you look here, it says left click to increase, right click to decrease, hold shift to adjust by 10. But we want to set this to 3 seconds. Signal sent is pulse. We want to on reactivation, we want to move to top. Okay, move sand to top. Signal received, flip hourglass. So if we take some charcoal and throw that in there. Oh, you need to open hand click this so that it starts. Why are you not working? Oh. We don't need that one. So every time it gets a signal, it will flip it and it will start the timer over again. Now what this does is it, excuse me, every time that the dropper, like everybody knows, every time a dropper gets a signal, it will drop charcoal. Now we don't want it to drop all the time. So by doing it this way, we are putting a delay in there. And I'll show you how this works, guys. This works really smooth. We're going to put, I believe it's on this side, and then we're also going to put our redstone conduit up here, because we are using Ender IO to fill this all in, so this should work now. Take 2 and throw my hair. So we got 2 going. And as you can see, that pulse is just long enough. Is that not reading it? I just had this set up, guys. I'm sorry. It should be working. That's not getting a signal. Let's wait just a minute for the flowers to stop. Maybe I had it on the wrong side. Okay, we should have heard a click from... Let's stick it on this side. I just had this going, guys. I don't know what's going on. Now, with just one flower going, it does not have enough. How did I have that set up? Um, yeah, that's weird. I don't understand why that's not working now. Let's do this. Let's go there. In there, maybe. I just had this going too, guys. I don't understand why it's not working right now. We should be getting a pulse through here, and it's not sending the pulse through that side. So what side is that sending? Is that sending it through this side? No, that's got to be wrapping around. That's kind of aggravating me. I just had this set up. Alright, let me see if I can figure out what's going on with this, and I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. This hourglass from Automeiji, I don't know if I don't understand it enough or if it's a little buggy, but I did find out that it is somewhat directional. I'd probably have to do a little more research into it before I used it in another project. I did some testing on this a little bit here, and I got it to where the sides with the bars on it, the yellow bars here on the sides, that's the output side from what I've gathered so far. It doesn't put out to any other side. I do. So we'll do a little added test to show you guys. The way I've got it set up now is not the original way I had it set up. For some reason, it's not working that way anymore. But this way is actually double pulsing it, which is not a bad thing, which means I don't have to add in more droppers later on to increase the outflow from this setup. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put in 14. And it's set, this is set to round robin, so it should put 2 in every one. No, 4 is what the standard is. 2. Okay, well, let's fix this real quick. Two, 2, 2, and 2. Okay, so we'll go up here and we'll turn our magnet off, or take our ring out, and we'll start the system. Let that absorb in, and then we can watch what it's doing. Now, every time that this pulses, this gets reset. So now it's got everything in there, and there are no more in there. So it's doing 2 at a time, which means 2 rows. Ideally, 14 flowers of the 21 are getting absorbed, or getting fuel, which gives us 7 extra just in case of any overflow. So if we watch here in a minute, we'll see if that one pulses as well as this one. And I'm not understanding why it's double pulsing. If any of you guys in the have any idea on this hourglass, please, by all means, give me some information. I'm a little lost on it because I had it set up a certain way before, or the way I set it up last time before I did some testing on it. And it worked just fine. It was a single pulse. I was going to add in another row of droppers to feed 2 rows at a time. And then if that was still working, I was going to even put in a 3rd row. So every flower, I might have made a couple extra flowers in here. just so every flower was getting fed. So when this pulses here in a second here, we should see the one on the right's going to pulse, and the one on the left pulses as well. So I don't know if this side is a double pulse and this side is a single pulse. I don't know. I do know that this is directional. And there seems to be more charcoal in the system. So yeah, that's a thing, but it works great just like that. I haven't been able to tell just by, looking at this if there is a way to tell, which direction it's facing. I don't know, it just kind of the top just kind of looks all the same to me, depending on which way you look at it, I guess. So yeah, anybody have any extra information on that, I would love it. So what we are going to do is we're going to take this one out. We don't need that chest anymore. We're going to add in this one, and we are going to set this to active with signal and set round robin. The reason why we're doing that is because I do want to have an on and off switch for the system, even if it is delayed. So if we hit this switch, we should start seeing stuff funnel in. Should fill all of these up. I could do a different system, like a Steve's Factory Manager system with this, which I might go to later. This is simple, real simple to do. If you don't have AutoMagi on this, you can use red power with the timer. If you don't have red power with any sort of timer, Botania does actually have its own hourglass here. The thing is, though, with this, it's only controllable by how much sand you put in it. And the way it is sand does per second, red sand does 10 seconds, soul sand does 1 minute per sand you put in. You can't mix the sand, so you can't put it like a minute 30 seconds. It's like a minute. It's rudimentary at best. Vazkey has been doing a really good job with this mod. Been adding in a lot of cool stuff to this mod. I think if the hourglass was improved on, where you could use it more, would be awesome and great. But it's pretty much just like very, very basic. So yeah, it says sand types can't be mixed. But that's the only drawback to that sand, and that's why I wanted to use this one, is because you can set it, you can change it to different. I don't believe the hourglass is affected by a redstone pulse. So, I mean, it does say in there that if a redstone pulse collides with the hourglass, that it pauses it. And I'm not sure how you could set up a system. I would have to dinker around with setting up a system with that hourglass. So, we've already got it, so we can go ahead and to start the system like so. Get rid of this. And see, it feeds all of that in there. It's all going to get absorbed, and then it will not pulse again until those run out, which is good. So we do have, if you look at this mana pool, a half full mana pool here, and then this one up here is, these 4 are full. So we got plenty of mana. Let's see, I think we're at about 40 minutes. I wanted to get other stuff done, so let me go ahead and what's our next thing we wanted to do? We wanted to get to rods today, but I don't think we're going to get to them. That took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, because we need to do the runic altar is the next step. But I wanted to make something else for you guys today. I wanted to make we'll get into this next episode, I promise, guys. I'm going to do a couple episodes here on this. But before we go, I found something new in Britannia that I want to try out. What is it? 22, I believe. We're going to make some spell thread. We'll make some spell thread real quick. And take this string and throw it in. We're going to get mana infused string. Now with this mana infused string, we are going to make... Oh, wait, I'm doing it wrong. Let me look at this again. Mana weave cloth. And we need... Okay, so 4 of them, so we're going to need more. Let's just make the rest of the string up. That was interesting. Come on, guys. There you go. Give me all of the string. So we will make some spell cloth, which didn't give us very much. We're going to have to get some more. I want to see what this armor set looks like. This armor set has a bonus to it that reduces the cost of mana usage for whatever actually, no, we don't have that on there yet. For whatever yeah, for whatever we're using. I think it's the magical tools and rods. It increases the proficiency of magic rods also. So it's not a very good protection on them, but I don't even know what the set looks like. So hopefully it looks pretty cool. This is the first time Vasquez has added kind of a leather style armor to the game. It's kind of pretty early game, it seems, to use. So see if we can't get the rest of the set made real quick, because I'm very interested in seeing what it looks like. And we are going to need some more string. I think we might just barely have enough for the boots. Maybe. I hope we do. I'll have to find some more wool here in a minute. Oh, give it to me. Oh, it looks like we're going to be just short. 1 string short. Yeah, we're 1 string short. Let me see if I can find one. I've got to have more string in here somewhere. This is where my... Oh, there we go. There's the string. My inability to keep stuff organized all the time is failing me. Alright, so that should be enough. Now there is other armor that you can make in this set as well. As everybody knows, there's Mana Steel, Terra Steel, and Elementium. Alright, so... Not as impressive as I was hoping. Kind of looks a little derpy. Definitely needs some detailed work done to it. I just look like a green blob, a teal blob. So, guys, it's going to be it for today. Next episode, we'll get the rest of the wands and get some more automation done over here. And then after that, we will get back to the AE2 stuff. I promise, guys. I need to get that online so I can get more organized and better access to all my stuff, get this area cleaned up. So, until then, guys, if you like the episode, if you like the big giant charcoal producing mana automated farm thingy, hit that big thumbs up button for me. Show me some love. The more thumbs up, the more likes we get, the more views we get, the more everything better, much better. Anyways, guys, new to the series, new to the channel, like what you're seeing, hit that big red button for me so you can see some more. And as always, guys, any comments or questions, please leave them in the down below. Until then, guys, see you next time.